Hey guys, how's it going? Kripparrian here. Gonna hype you guys up a little bit more for the upcoming Hearthstone expansion, Knights of the Frozen Throne. Gonna show you guys the card Blizzard has given me. It is the Obsidian statue. You may recognize this guy. Last I remember in Warcraft 3, he was healing up and giving my fellow guys mana. Kind of like a rejuvenation big guy on the board, part of the undead army. Well, it's part of the priest army, and he's got his own little undead this time around. It is the 9 mana cost minion slot, and if you know Hearthstone, this is basically the pits. It is as bad as it gets for mana cost. It's not 10 mana, cards that cost 10 mana are usually more viable, even though they cost more. You often end up playing 9 mana minions on turn 10, but you can't really ever make use of that 1 mana in an effective way. And with 8, it's kind of different. There's a lot of powerful 2-cost cards. So 9, the minions have to be really spectacular, and they have to impact the board state right away. And Obsidian Statue actually does that. Now, in terms of things that affect the board right away, you have Taunt, that affects the board right away. You have the Death Rattle. When this dies, it's going to destroy a random enemy minion. Now, probably because it's going to die on your opponent's turn most of the time, not always, they're going to manipulate that, so it's usually not going to be as powerful an effect as just plain removal, but it's also got the lifesteal. So really the Taunt plus the lifesteal is a really big on-play effect. It's mostly countered by transform removal and silence effects. Silence effects are pretty weak right now, so you're not really seeing them in the game very much. Transform removal does occur, and probably is the main threat for the card, but that is also kind of meta-defining, so sometimes there's a lot of mid-range, a lot of aggressive decks, and people can't afford to run those cards, and if there's a lot of mid-range and aggressive decks, I imagine this card is going to absolutely dominate them. So there's certainly a lot of worth in this card, and you also have to consider the combo potential of this card. I was actually thinking, and I really can't imagine a stronger minion to Barnes out on turn 4. You get the Taunt, you get the Lifesteal, you get the Death Rattle, and then you have the new Eternal Servitude card, where if this is like one of the first 3 minions that you lost, you get to bring one back full 9 mana cost, 4/8, full stats, full effect worth. And then you're probably just going to win that game. So it might be the start of a very interesting new priest archetype. Certainly one that we haven't seen in some time, where you kind of use like the Barnes effect. You kind of cycle through your minions again and again. Again, the main weakness to a deck like this as a whole is going to be transform removal. But, well, that might just not be out there at the time. As far as an arena card, Priest is already a very powerful class. It certainly plays to its strengths, and I feel it might give Priest a little bit of a better chance against its weaker matchups like Rogue, though with Paladin having a lot of like 1/1 minions, they're going to be able to get around that Death Rattle pretty well, so it's not going to give them a big of a boost against that. But right now, Priest in Arena is doing very well against most of the classes, just has a few weaknesses, and it seems like this card gaps in that weakness a little bit, though it should give Priest a little bit of a bump in performance. Even though it's an epic quality, you're going to see cards from the newest expansion, you're going to see class cards with massive occurrence bonuses in your drafts, so this might not be as rare as you may imagine to encounter in Arena, and I think it's certainly going to spice up the game overall. Let me know what you think. I want to thank Blizzard again for the card reveal. If you guys are hyped up, make sure to get that pre-order. Got a link for that. And, well, you can do like me and make sure you get all the cards, buy a ton of packs. And if you do, you can also save a little bit by getting them through Amazon. Hope you guys enjoyed my review, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.